Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji with us to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 10th chapter, slokas 34 and 35. Before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Sushmita Mataji to please take over the call and give a brief introduction.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji. And Prabhuji was a professional doctor for many years, and he is now a practicing monk. Since the last 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. If spirituality is a superstition and a myth, science is materialistic and atheist. A new approach to life is needed today that can bring the best of both. Science must re-embrace spirituality and be humble to admit its defects, flaws, and ignorance. And spirituality must base itself on sound, scientific, and rational ideas. Keshavanand Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about the other traditions. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come up with seminars on diverse topics like science and Vedas, mind and machines, science fails to explain life, consciousness, and beyond, etc., that he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami, he has also started a Gurukul, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn the ancient Vedic culture and values. Besides, he has started a farm community. The community has a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatched roofs, with cows, and of course, farming. The communities will set a model for the world to show how to live a life based on the principle of simple living and high thinking. This was a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Now I will hand over the call to you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sushmita Mataji, for the introduction. Very good. Looks like Prabhuji is not yet on the call. Any other devotees would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Hare Krishna. Okay, we can keep chanting.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I am Vishnupati Devi Dasi from Punjab, India.
Hare Krishna, Vishnupati.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada and praise to Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Vishnupati Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, joining all the way from Punjab, India. Thank you so much, Mataji. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Mataji, is this the first time you're joining the call, Mataji?
No, Mataji, I have 1 or 2 times I have joined.
Very good, Mataji. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Ashrama Devati. I Dandavat Pranam to you. Hare Krishna. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Texas.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji join, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving very valuable time in association to enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 10th chapter, Sloka 30. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Can anybody read the verses?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Canto 7, Chapter 10, Text 34. Pratinandya tato deva prayujya paramashisha swadhamani yurajan brahmadhya paripujita. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O King Yudhishthira, after all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma were properly worshipped by Prahlad Maharaj, they offered Prahlada their utmost benedictions and then returned to their respective abodes. Text 35. Evam cha parshadau Vishnu putratvam prapitau dite hridhi sthitena hari na vaira bhavena tau hatau. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus the two associates of Lord Vishnu who had become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the sons of Diti, were both killed. By illusion they had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. Purport. This discourse concerning Lord Narsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj began when Maharaj Yudhishthir asked Narada how Shishupala had merged into the body of Krishna. Shishupala and Dantavakra were the same Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Here Narada Muni is relating how in 3 different births the associates of Lord Vishnu were killed by Lord Vishnu himself. First, they were the demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. मैं कैसे है? Oh, that's fine, but ये थोड़ा सा funny. Just give me a minute. It's funny.
Your Prabhuji.
Oh, yeah, just give me a minute. I'm just setting it. Okay, yeah. So, so we are reading 7 Canto 10 chapter 34-35 verse. उसको बुला लो उसको पहले. Just call. So 7, 10, 34, 35. Okay. ओम अज्ञानातिमिरन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वाम्यं बोधवान् निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य. Okay, so we are reading from 7:10, 34-35. So this is Pratinandaya tato deva prayujya paramasisha swadhamani yurajan brahmadaya pratipujita. So Pratinandaya means, just come here quickly. So Pratinandaya means congratulating, and Tata means thereafter. Thereafter means after killing Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. All the demigods came to Prahlad Maharaj, Brahmadeva, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods, Agni, Varun, Chandra, they all came. In fact, Prati Pujita, Prahlad Maharaj was worshipped by all the demigods. Now, this is quite interesting. Demigods are also devotees, and they are high caliber devotees. Brahmaji, he is the uh, inaugurator of our sampradaya, by the way, Brahma Devotee Sampradaya. And of course, he's a Vaishnava. You can't say he's not a Vaishnava. He's a pure devotee. He's the first Vaishnava in the entire universe. Lord Krishna, he initiated him. We all know from Bhagavatam, he initiated Brahma into 4 verses, which is in 2nd canto, 10th chapter, something. It's Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So Brahma is initiated by Lord Krishna. He's the first devotee. He's a Vaishnava according to many sampradayas. He's the original devotee. He initiated a sampradaya for devotional service. And here he is, Brahmadeva Prati Pujita. Here he is, what he's doing. He is coming to worship Prahlad Maharaj. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Because why would a Vaishnava who is of higher caliber than Prahlad come to worship Prahlad? Now, we can understand that Prahlad is not a greater devotee than Brahma, that we should not mistake it like that. Prahlad is not greater devotee than Lord Shiva. But Shiva is Vaishnava Namatha Shambhu. We all know that. But why they are coming? Because it is the nature of Vaishnava or devotee to actually worship other devotees and be humble. That's what all these Vaishnavas are. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, he wants to worship Prahlad Maharaj because Prahlad is a devotee. And a Vaishnava of higher caliber, he always wants to actually, he always worships other devotees, whether higher or lower, whether neophyte or advanced devotee. In fact, Rupa Goswami says a Vaishnava always worships other Vaishnavas in his mind. For him, for a Vaishnava, there is nothing called as Kanisht, Madhyam, Uttam, a true advanced Vaishnava. He always looks at other Vaishnavas as being servants of God, and he looks himself as being an offender in the service of God and not a devotee. Amito Vaishnava buddhi hoila manana manan hoy. If a devotee thinks he's a devotee, he's not a devotee. That's if any. As soon as a devotee thinks he's a devotee, his fall down has already started. It's not necessary that he should fall down. His fall down is also already done by this thought. At least begin by this thought. So that's the point. So Brahma, Shiva, Agni, Varun, Chandra, all they came and took this opportunity to actually worship Prahlad Maharaj. So what happens with Prahlad? Prahlad is not thinking I am a great devotee in his mind. What Prahlad is thinking that, well, it is the nature of higher devotees to worship other devotees. That's what Prahlad is thinking. What Brahma and other demigods are thinking, it is our duty to worship the devotees of caliber like Prahlad, who is personally protected by Lord Vishnu. In fact, Rupa Goswami says when a devotee goes back to Vaikuntha, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all these demigods, they prepare what do we say? A banquet, let's say. They prepare a banquet as a to welcome that devotee, and they prepare also paraphernalia to worship him, and then depart him to back to Godhead. That's what all the demigods are. So they came, they worshipped Prahlad. Prahlad didn't expect this. Prahlad didn't want it to be worshipped, but they came and worshipped. There was another reason they came. All of them came because Brahma himself, he was responsible for giving this benedictions to Jay and Vijay and Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. And he was feeling because of me, such a mess happened. He personally came. That's why his name is the Brahmadeva. It is not Shiva there. Brahma is the main focus. He felt as if he has created chaos in this universe by giving a stupid benediction. Now, Lord Narasimha also later he commented that Brahma, don't do this mistake again. Like you should not give such benedictions which can create chaos in the universe. Although Brahma, it's Brahma's duty to give such benedictions. Brahma's duty to give benedictions to whomever surrenders to him. And also Brahma was thinking that these kind of benedictions to demons, they will actually glorify Lord Vishnu, because when Lord Vishnu comes, he will kill them. He will do many pastimes, and that's how pastimes will be revealed in this material world. Through pastimes, people can understand and know who is Lord Krishna, who is God. There's no other way to understand God without pastimes, because God is a person, and you can't understand any person without reading his biography or autobiography, isn't it? We read, if so we want to know Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we have to read his bibliography or autobiography. If you want to know Prabhupada, you have to read Prabhupada Leela Amrit, Leela. And that's how we know him and become attached. So we have to know Krishna's Leela. Now Krishna, to do Leela, he has to come and do some pastime. Now demigods prepare a stage for him to come. Demigods prepare a scene for him to appear. Why would he appear? There has to be some reason. He can't just come, hey, I am there. That appears stupid. God is coming just like that. I am here. That is stupidity, isn't it? So he needs a reason for coming. And that is the service of demigods, to create a reason for him to come. So Brahma is not exactly foolish to give these demons benedictions, because he's preparing a stage for Vishnu to appear. That's what he's doing in his mind. But nevertheless, he also feels, well, Krishna come to do pastimes, but in this process, so many innocent living beings die. So much suffering for this earth, Mother Earth. So much suffering for this universe. So he feels bad in his mind. And that's why he came here to actually worship Prahlad Maharaj. He also came here to worship Prahlad Maharaj because of Prahlad, Lord Narasimha appeared. He is a direct instrument. Brahma is an indirect instrument. Prahlad is a direct instrument. And that is why he came. And he worshipped Prahlad Maharaj. Anybody who is indirectly or directly an instrument in the pastime of Lord, he is worshipable. That's the idea. Even distantly, remotely, or closely, somehow some connection with pastime of the Lord, he is to be worshipped. And he is to be worshipped, he is to be served, he is to be helped, inspired, enthused. That is what a duty of a devotee is. So, and not only they came to worship, they also prayujya paramashisha, they gave benedictions to him. This is again another thing, isn't it? They came to worship, and then why they would give benedictions? If you go to worship a sannyasi, you would give him benedictions about. So by this word benedictions, we can understand they came to worship in a capacity of a humble devotee. They're more advanced than Prahlad. That's why they're giving benedictions. Otherwise, why would they give benedictions? They understand this. But at the same time, they also understand that as a Vaishnava, my duty is to go down and worship other devotees. That's how they keep these things in their mind. So many devotees of the Lord, they gave benedictions to Prahlad, and they offered Prahlad the utmost benediction, then returned to their respective abodes. So, Swadhamni Evu Rajan. Now, text 35. So, Sukadeva Goswami continues. He's relating this to, I think Narad Muni is relating to King Yudhishthira. So they are saying, okay, he's saying, well, what was the cause of worshipping and giving benedictions of Prahlad? Why he was being worshipped? Why he was being given benedictions? because he was an instrument in Evam cha Parshado Vishnu Putratvam Prapritau Dite. He was an instrument in killing Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu, were the sons of Diti. Without him, his pastime would not have ended. Actually, his appearance was important because of his appearance, the sins of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh, they increased. So Krishna will not kill anybody until unless he's extremely sinful. If we are like average sinful people, there's no necessary for him to come. By the modes of destiny and karmas and nature, we'll ourselves die and we'll also be killed. We'll have the reactions. But Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh were so strong that the destiny is not going to affect them, because they all captured demigods. Demigods were in charge of all the karmas. Like even Rahu and Shanidev and others, especially Shani. Shani is responsible for giving the results of our karmas. So, would Raman get results of his karmas? No, because Raman was so strong, he captured Shani. He actually captured Shani and put him in the prison. So, and we all know when Hanuman, he came to Lanka, he freed Shani from the prison captivity, and that's how Shani blessed him that whoever worships you will not be actually tormented by me. And that's why people who have like astrologers says if Shani is problem, then worship Hanuman. So these people were, Raman actually captured all the demigods, main demigods. The Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksh, they were all like that. By the fear of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksh, all demigods fled. So who is in charge of universe? Nobody. So how they will get results of their karma? They can't get. They are free, and that's why God has to come to kill them. For us living entities, our karmas will kill us, no problem. But for them, he has to come. So Srila Prabhupada says, for God to descend and kill you, you have to be a very big demon. Small demons like us, like we are like so Srila Prabhupada says we are like teeny demons. Prabhupada said tiny. Prabhupada used to say teeny. So for us, no required. For them, because they are big demons, God has to come. And how did they become big demons? Because of Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu, he saw Prahlad was anti to Vishnu, and that's how he wanted to kill him. And he became so furious, he wanted to kill all the saints and everything which belonged to Vishnu. His actually anger really multiplied millions of times when he saw Prahlad, his own son, revolting against him. And so his sins increased to such an extent that God had to come. Okay, now you have to do something. So that is why it is said that is why they came to worship Prahlad. They came to worship Prahlad. So Prahlad, so he not only protected devotees, he not only what can I say? He not only he preached to the demon friends, and he not only instructed them in devotional service, made them devotees, but he not only made devotees, but he made demon also, his own father. That's what he did. That is his service, by the way. So everybody in the pastime of Lord, they are serving in different capacities, and Lord saw that, okay, fine, because of him I'll be glorified as a killer of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. What's that name in Vishnu Sahasranam? It's a killing of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. Anyway, I'll be glorified as Nrsimha, and whenever anybody remembers me, they will automatically remember Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh, and they'll remember Prahlad. That's how it goes. Simple. It's done. So why Vishnu killed them? Because they were tormenting Prahlad, of course. That was one reason. But why they were tormenting Prahlad? Because they had forgotten that Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, is their enemy. And anybody who worships him is our enemy. That was their whole basic, fundamental, core principle on which they were living. Their whole life revolved around this principle, and Vishnu is my enemy. All the activities were actually, were based on this one principle, that Krishna is our enemy. And that is why it is said Vaira Bhavena. So if this, it is important, they actually had Vaira Bhavena. Instead of Bhakti Bhavena, they had Vaira Bhavena, by conceiving as an enemy. Now, one thing, very important point Madhvacharya raises. I remember I read Madhvacharya raises this point. Now, this, how come Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha became so strong that they could even capture demigods? Demigods are very great and very powerful. And they're devotees, they're bhakti. So why wouldn't Vishnu protect them? Why Prahlad was required? As soon as they are actually trying to kill demigods, Vishnu should come and protect them. Indrari Vyakulam Loke. Mridyanti Yogi Yoga, isn't it? So, so why Prahlad is required in this whole situation? Because Vaira Bhavena, demigods are worshipping Vishnu by Bhakti Bhavena. And these demons are actually connecting themselves with Vishnu by Vaira Bhavana. Now Madhvacharya raises this point that how come demons overpower demigods, in spite of the fact Vishnu is with them. Now Lord Vishnu has a particular nature. He sees, he's not partial to anybody, first of all. He's impartial. That's one thing. He's impartial leader, nirapeksh. So anybody who is very strong, he supports him. Like support is a wrong word. He just fulfills their desire. Now these demons like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they were doing Vaira sadhana. Now that is said, their enmity, their power of the emotion of enmity was much stronger than the emotion of devotion of demigods. And that's how they won over demigods. That's what Madhvacharya says. They won over demigods because their emotions were very strong, much more stronger than the emotions of attachment of demigods for Vishnu. And that's how they got defeated. So anybody who is, the idea is anybody whose desire is very strong, the stronger will win, in spite of the fact that Vishnu is with the demigods. Now, that is where Prahlad was required. Prahlad's bhakti bhavna was much stronger than Hiranyakashipu. Now, you might say, well, Lord Brahma's bhakti bhavna was not stronger than Hiranyakashipu. So this means Prahlad is more advanced devotee than Brahma. No, that's not the point. Prahlad was Brahma, he is there in his abode. Prahlad is participating in the pastime. Brahma is not participating in the pastime. So Prahlad's presence was required because he was participating in the pastime, and his devotional attachment to Lord Vishnu was much stronger than Hiranyakashipu. And that's why Vishnu appeared. Vishnu appeared and he actually supported Prahlad. So this is a very important point, and that's why this word Vaira Bhavena is required. Now, another point which Prabhupada raises, not here but in the other purports, that Lord, that these demons are actually meditating on Lord Vishnu. 24 hours. Now Narad Muni says to Yudhishthira Maharaj somewhere, I think in this one canto, your second canto somewhere, that yena kenapi prakarena. Somehow or the other, if you meditate on Vishnu, you will be in touch with him. If you meditate on Vishnu through Vaira Bhavana, you will be in touch with him like Hiranyakashipu. They could see Lord face to face. And devotees also meditate on Lord Vishnu. They saw, they can see Lord Vishnu as their protector, but these people saw Lord Vishnu as their enemy. But they could see. So emotion, bhavena means service attitude, not only emotions. But service attitude is required to actually, service attitude is required to come in contact with Lord. And any kind of service attitude. Now, some emotions are required to come in contact with Lord. Now, Vaira Bhavena, this is not emotions of service attitude. This is emotions of hate. But any type of emotions, when they become very strong for something, you will get it. Just like a rich man, just like you see that so many motivational people come and they say, no, you will become success. Just always think, you will become millionaire. Always keep on thinking, and you will get it. Or maybe somebody is having a terminal disease like cancer. So many people, they give positive suggestions. Just think, I'll be all right. Always think I'll be cured. And many people, they experience that they have become cured just by thinking that. So emotions are very strong. Emotions, the stronger the emotions, the faster your work is done. And the same principle holds in devotion. Same thing will hold in devotion. There is nothing so, how do we say, so mystic in this everything. It is clear-cut logical mathematics. So Hiranyakashipu's emotions for hate was much stronger than emotions of service of demigods. And that's why they couldn't defeat him. They got defeated. And emotions of Prahlad were much stronger than Hiranyakashipu, and that's why he won over Hiranyakashipu. It is not the protection of Lord Narasimha in and of itself. It is a devotion of Prahlad through which Lord Narasimha came. If devotion of Prahlad would have been weaker, Lord Narasimha would not have come. He couldn't have come. Well, that's the rule of Lord. He will manifest only when your devotion becomes 100% pure. He will not manifest like that. He can help you, but he will not manifest himself. And that's the whole point. So, Vaira Bhavena Tohotau. Now, another thing which here, which Srila Prabhupada mentions here is, the Hiranyakashipu were actually Shishupal and Dantapakra in previous lives. Now, this is important because this whole scenario is actually, the badge is important because anybody who is killed by Lord Vishnu, they are immediately liberated. There is no doubt in that, if Lord wants that. Now, Hiranyakashipu, and Lord always wants to give liberation, isn't it? Until unless there is some kind of a loophole there, some secret there. So Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha would have been liberated. They were killed by Lord directly by his own hands. But they didn't get liberated because Lord Vishnu remembered that actually they have to take another birth. 3 births were required for Jai Vijay. They were Jai Vijay, and they had to take 3 births to inanimity of the Lord and then come back to Lord. So 1 birth was left, Shishupal and Dantapakra. I think Hiranyaksha was Shishupal and Hiranyakashipu was Dantapakra somehow. Yeah. Hiranyaksha was Shishupal and Dantapakra was Hiranyakashipu, something like that. So that is why, in spite of the fact that they were killed by Lord, they didn't get liberation. Even Raman, Kumkaran, they were before that. After that, they became Raman, Kumkaran. So he was also not liberated. Why? Because they were cursed to take 3 births, or they were like cursed or blessed to take 3 births by Lord Vishnu. So that is why it is not necessary that anybody who is killed by Lord will be liberated. Lord will kill, but he will also see the previous past, what happened, any curse is there, any blessing is there, and he will adjust according to them. But eventually they'll be liberated. So anyway, after Shishupal Dantpak, they were killed by Lord Krishna, they were liberated. That's all. That is why it is said here that they merged into the Lord. Shishupal had merged into body of Krishna. Narad asked, Yudhishthira asked Narad, how is it possible? Hiranyakashipu didn't merge, Hiranyaksh didn't merge, Raman didn't merge, but Shishupal merged because this was their last birth. So Raman was killed by Ram and Hiranyakashipu, these people were killed by Vishnu, but they were not liberated. No problem. They will be liberated after this whole curse and blessings, all this are fulfilled. But there is never a loss when you come in contact with Lord. There's never a loss. This you see this. So we think that having darshan of Lord is a ultimate object of our life. Yes, that is. I mean to say, if you see Krishna, you have fulfilled the aim of your life. But that's not the whole point. When you see Krishna, then the ultimate aim of your life begins. It doesn't end. Just like this, I was just reading about. I've been reading about Tulsidas. So it happened with Tulsidas, isn't it? Tulsidas who became mad after having darshan of Lord Ram in Chitrakoot. So what was that ghat? Tulsidas did tapas in Chitrakoot. I forgot the name. Anyway, some ghat is there, Chitrakoot. So he did tapas, and he was thinking, my whole object and aim and object of life is to have darshan of Lord Ram. That's what he was thinking. So he got darshan of Lord Ram, by the way, with the help of Hanuman. When Ram came, then he told Tulsidas told, so my whole aim of life and object of life is now fulfilled because I have a darshan. Lord Ram told him that it's not fulfilled, it has begun now. The aim of your life has begun now. You have to do what is required now. It didn't end. So I'll give you blessings so that you can actually write Ramcharitmanas so that people can know me and I will be glorified. So I mean, it's like that. It is not necessary that what we think in our mind might not be true. My aim and mission of life is to do this and this and this and this. In fact, it might be entirely the opposite view in the mind of God. So you might be doing something, and Krishna is actually God. Krishna might be actually preparing you to actually do something else. There's Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was thinking, okay, I'll preach. I have to preach and fulfill the orders of my Guru. And he was trying in India. He was trying very hard. But that was not that was the aim in Prabhupada's mind, but not in the mind of God. Krishna was preparing him in India to actually go to the West and actually do something. 30 years he prepared Srila Prabhupada. 30 years is not small, isn't it? It's a big thing. So that's why here it is. So although Lord Vishnu killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, he didn't give them liberation because he was preparing their souls to get liberated. And that was required because of 3 births they have to take. And that it is said that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh, they were Jai Vijay, but anyway, that's another issue. They were Jai Vijay and their desire was being fulfilled by the Lord by killing them. They wanted to fight with Vishnu. So Krishna was fulfilling the desire by killing them. They wanted to fight and die at the hands of Vishnu. So in one sense, they're liberated. In one sense, whatever Krishna does, it's for their benefit. So he fulfilled their desires. I like Putna also, Bali Maharaj's sister. She desired that Lord Vaman should be my son. And then when Lord Vaman, he took 3 Vikram Avatar and he captured Bali, then she desired, no, actually I want to poison him. So what happened? So Lord Krishna fulfilled his desire. She became Putna, Bali's sister. He fulfilled both desires. Sucking the breast as a mother, child, and poisoning. So that is what is Lord Vishnu. That is why it is said, Hirdi Sithena Harina. Lord Krishna is in the heart of everybody. He understands what they want and he fulfills their desires. He understands whether the living entity wants this or he doesn't want but he's forced to do this, or he's weak and he's enamored by those desires, or he's cunning and he willfully wants to do this. He knows everything. He knows us better than we know ourselves. This and that is why it is said when Jayadev Goswami he wrote that Krishna Pada Pallava, Dehi Pada Pallava, he wrote in his book that Krishna is requesting Radha to give a lotus feet and he wanted to put his on his head. Jayadev Goswami couldn't write that because he thought, what is this absurd thing? So he just left his pen and he went to take bath in Ganges. And from behind, Krishna came in form of Jayadev Goswami and he completed that statement. So it is said that and his wife couldn't recognize him. And that is why it is said that Jayadev, Krishna knows more Jayadev than Jayadev. And he came and he did and he wrote it. So Krishna knows more about us than us. That is why it is Hirdi Sthitena. So he understood the desires of Hiranyakashipu, understood the desires of Prahlad. He understood everything and he took a decision in such a way that everybody is pleased. So Prahlad, he asked Lord Narasimha, what happened to my father Hiranyakashipu? Like he was concerned, he's a devotee. So he said, don't worry about him, I'll take care of you. You don't have to worry about it. So that is God. Hirdi Sthitena Harena Vaira Bhavana Tahu. So Hari is in the heart of devotees. Vaira Bhavena Tatahtav. And by the power, by enmity, he could understand the Vaira Bhava in the heart of Hiranyakashipu and and he reciprocated and in the same way. That's the whole idea. If you hate God, he will reciprocate in a way which will fulfill a desire. He will also hate you. Externally, of course, he doesn't hate. Father doesn't hate the children. But father becomes angry when the children hate him to correct them. If you hate God, he'll be angry at you. If you love him, he will bless you. He will act exactly according to that because he is there in our heart. He knows how to actually take things to completion. That is why Vishnu Sahasranam, one of his name is Neta. He's a leader. He's a perfect leader. Perfect leader is the one who knows how to take things to completion. That's a perfect leader. So that's what is happening in these two verses. I think I'll end there. Any questions and any comments there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances all to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. And yeah, very nicely explained. When emotions are there, then the process is a bit soon. But I just have a question here. But Prabhupada always says that women are less intelligent. It's because they have emotions, right? So how to connect this, Prabhuji?
Well, Prabhupada says they are less intelligent, but Prabhupada doesn't say they are less emotional.
Sorry?
Prabhupada says they are less intelligent, but Prabhupada doesn't say that they are less emotional. Women is more emotional than men, isn't it?
Yes.
So some people say, some devotees, they say for women doing devotion is easy than males. There's opinion of some acharyas, at least Vallabhachari has this opinion. It is more easy for women to do devotion. It is more easy to do Striyo Vaishya Tatha Shudra, isn't it? So it is more easy for Shudras to do devotion. It's just the opposite. because they are emotional beings, Shudras, women, children. At the same time, Krishna says, Striyo Vaishyatata Shudra Te Api Yanti Param Gatim. What about Brahmanas? It is not easy for them to do devotion. Of course, they understand who is Krishna, and their whole devotion is based on proper understanding. So, what's the question? They're less intelligent, so what?
No, actually, you were saying that emotionally, if we are there, then it's easy to connect. Means like the process is a bit quicker to connect, right? So then, if women are emotional, then why they are said as less intelligent in that ways, Prabhu? So then they
No,
have
that is less. They are more emotional, and that's a problem. They're more emotional and less intelligent. That is a problem because they can't use intelligence to take out the emotions from material world and put it in God. That's the whole problem. They're extremely, but if somebody's extremely emotional and extremely intelligent, then he can do this job. That is a Brahmana. So by the intelligence, they can actually use their discrimination to take out that emotion and put it in God. But for women, it's difficult, isn't it? They are like their emotions are everywhere, isn't it? They are all scattered. So they can't just. It's not easy for them. But if any woman, if she's blessed with good discrimination, then it becomes very easy for her, because already her emotions are very strong. But males have to cultivate emotion, and then use the intelligence to take out and actually redirect to Krishna. But that's the whole point. There's a lack in males, less emotion, more intelligent. There's a lack in females, more emotion, less intelligent. So both have to work on their level.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That's very clear now for me. So yeah, we can go for question and answer. Prabhuji, Rakesh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is like, as you have said, like God resides as Paramatma in each and every individual, and He fulfills the desires of the individuals. So, Prabhuji, is it only the pure desires He would be fulfilling, or emotional desires, strong emotional desires He would be fulfilling? What kind of desires He would be fulfilling? Like in the case of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, who were doing tapasya for thousands of years. So it was not a pure or good desire in one way, but still like the God has demigod, I would say Brahma, he has fulfilled his desires. What kind of desires the God would fulfill? Like even does he fulfill the full similar kind of desires which even demigod does, or he would be fulfilling only the
any
pure
desire,
devotees' desire?
any desire which is strong, he'll fulfill. He's Paramatma, no. He fulfill all strong desires. I mean to say, but you should have a karmic account also. You can have a very strong desire to fly in air. But if you don't have a karmic account, then that doesn't get fulfilled. But even if you don't have a karmic account, and if you have a very, 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 very strong desire to fly, he will do something. Just like this. Who were those? Brothers who invented aeroplane? Wright brothers.
Wright brothers, yeah.
They had a strong desire to fly. Of course, Krishna didn't give them wings and siddhi, because they didn't have punya for that. He could have given siddhi, so that they could fly. But because they had very strong desire, he gave them technology. Okay, you want to do, okay, do it. So
Exactly.
like that. So that your desires, strength of your desires matter. What you want to do, Krishna will fulfill it. His job is upadrishtanumanta. He will sanction it, but it needs strength.
So probably this strength we can get only when we are doing pious activities, or like in the case of
No,
Hiranyakashipu,
they had a strong desire to hate and to sin. Right. So Krishna fulfilled their desire. See, the point is,
So,
if Krishna
but
doesn't
how
fulfill
does
the desire,
how does the
listen. If Krishna doesn't
sorry,
fulfill the desire of a living entity, in spite of the fact that his desire is strong, he will be implicated in law of karmas, because he is denying somebody to fulfill his desire. So he has to act like a judge. He has to act like a neutral person. Otherwise, if he takes any pakshpat, if he takes any partiality, he will be involved in raga and dvesh. And God is beyond raga and dvesh. So okay, you desire, I'll give you this. You desire, I'll give you this, according to your karmic account. Then you see what reactions are there. That's all, and learn from that.
But Prabhu, yeah, in that case, does Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, do they have the good karmic account? No, right? So
Well,
they just
so
have
they are
the
not doing.
desire, strong desire, but
No, you need good karmic account to do good things. You need bad karmic account to do bad things. They have bad karmic accounts.
okay. But ultimately, they have got a good benediction from the demigod, no, Prabhu. Like they can't be killed. Like whatever the permutation combinations which he asked, like that benediction he gets finally from Brahma. So
So
he
that
had
no, that benediction he got because of tapas. Do tapasya, he'll get benediction. There's some rules, no rules of karma, mathematical rules. Do tapas, you'll get benediction. You have sinful karmic account, you can do sinful activities, and if the sinful karmic accounts are very, very high, then God has to come.
okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Divya Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri
Hare.
Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Further to what Anita Ramya Mataji was saying, to that, my sub question was, Prabhuji, you explained so clearly that women are very intelligent, and on top of it, they have emotions already. They don't need to cultivate, and but they are all over the place, which is so true. So we need to apply the proper discrimination. So can you explain a bit further? The way I understand is that our emotions should be spiritual rather than material for us to be happy, directed towards Krishna, keeping Krishna in the center, like Kunti Marani prayer, Atha Vishwatman. So is that same you are saying, that if we cultivate them spiritually, then that is a very good combination?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just thought you have anything else to add, Prabhuji, to guide us more on it, that how to like.
Well, nothing. I mean, to say any emotion which is directed to Krishna, that's spiritual. It's simple. So if you direct your emotions to Krishna, I mean to say redirect your emotions to Krishna, from this material world to Krishna, then it's simple. It's done. You don't have to do anything else. But that's a whole challenge, you know.
Yes. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhuji, there are questions in the chat. Meanwhile, the audience, whoever have question, please raise your hands or type your question in the chat box. Soumya Shashwat, Prabhuji, sorry, Mataji. My request is please explain about Shaktivesh Avatar.
Shaktivesh Avatar, come on. Shaktivesh Avatar are empowered living entities by God. Like Prabhupada is Shaktivesh Avatar, we can. Shiva is Pashuram. Not Shiva, but Shiva can be Pashuram. Brahma is Shaktivesh Avatar. Like that.
I think Mataji is asking
Narad.
what is meant by Shaktivesh Avatar. Maybe that
Empowered living entity. A living entity empowered by Lord.
I hope Mataji has got answer. Then Gomati Mataji is having, in translation of text 34, says that demigods were worshipped by Prahlad, so the worship was mutual.
Okay. So what's the problem in that?
I don't know. Mataji, if you have any question further, you can ask, unmute and ask, or otherwise chat. So then Jyoti Sharma Mataji is having how to voluntarily leave attachments and always be determined and focused.
Well, we can determination and focus by being determined and being focused. That's all. There's no other way. So associate with devotees, read. If you want to be, you will be. If you don't want to be, you can't be. But it takes time. So try it, and then it will happen. It can't happen in one day. That's impossible.
So we
So
have
we
to
should have patience, yeah. Patience and utsaha nishchay dhairya, isn't it? Enthusiasm and patience. Then nishchay will come. Determination.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Then Dolly Mataji is asking, I don't know, so many questions are coming here. If you are doing Ekadasi fasting, then other fasts are necessary or not?
No, other fast means what? I mean to say other
Like
fast.
do for festivals, right? Navratri, then Ganesh Chaturthi, then Lakshmi Puja fast, all those things maybe.
They are not required. They are not required, but if you do, it's not bad either. Because they are all devotees of God. So, but in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we don't really promote it, as the Srila Prabhupada did. So, but anybody else who is doing, we should not really stop them, but we should give them right conception. Okay, there are devotees of Vishnu, and okay, fine, do this vrat as devotee of Vishnu, like Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, if they are already doing, they are non-devotees. So tell them Ganesha is devotee of Lord Narasimha. So ask him benediction that he should give blessings of Lord Narasimha, devotion to Lord Narasimha. That's how we can interact with them. But personally, we don't do.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So there is one hand raise. Xiaomi Red Note 10. After that, I cannot see the name. So can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, should we perform Shraddha or not?
Shraddha is over.
Yes,
Today,
Prabhuji, I'm
today,
little bit late, but a
today
lot
is
of
last
devotees
day.
are saying that it is Karma Kanda, even, and we are not fully surrendered, so we should perform it. So what should we do?
Yeah. There is a controversy there, isn't it? Prabhupada, there's a controversy there. So, according to Varnashrama Dharma culture, it has to be done. According to our philosophy, we are already like all our depth are fulfilled for demigods, and it's Prabhupada said that. So it's your choice. You can choose you want to do or not do. That's all. If you want to do, that's okay. If you don't want to do, that's also okay.
Prabhuji, it's compulsory or not?
That's what I'm saying. It's your choice. No, what does choice means?
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Okay, so then we'll continue the chat questions. Vaishnavi Tiwari Mataji is asking, when we talk about sometimes Lord arranges the fall down for a devotee, what's the role of free will then? He never interferes in free will. Then how it can be concluded that in case of fall down of pure devotees, he is not tampering their free will?
No, he's not hampering their free will because by free will a pure devotee wants to surrender to God. And if he falls down, Krishna is helping them to surrender again. Simple.
Okay. Then we are having Ram Vijaya. Prabhuji, yeah. He's asking what Grihastha devotees can do to serve Lord together in Lord's abode even after this material birth.
What Grihasthas can do?
Can do to serve Lord together in Lord's abode even after this material birth.
I can't understand the question.
After getting the material birth, how the Grihastha devotees can serve the Lord together? So that's the question, Prabhu.
After getting the material birth, what is this? What material birth?
After material birth, Prabhuji, if you can unmute yourself, you can ask the question. So then Soumya Shashwat Mataji is having one more question. Is Raksha Bandhan comes from scriptures? Because I heard this is not belonging to scripture. Raksha Bandhan is from scripture.
No, Raksha Bandhan is not from scriptures. It is historical thing. It's a historical thing. We don't find Raksha Bandhan in Krishna Leela or Ram Leela. I don't think so. No, it is not there. No, in Krishna Leela. Raksha Bandhan is it came after this Jhansi Rani Ki Bai, all these things. So, but it is not from scriptures, but it is not really bad to do it. I mean, it's a gesture of love for brother and sister. So, in that, I meant to say, you can ask, is giving gift, if a sister gives gift to brother or brother gives gift to sister, is it bad? Is it scriptural? So nobody should give the gift or what? So it is not scriptural, but they are giving gifts. Brother is giving gift to sister that I'll protect you. Sister is giving in return something. In that sense, we can celebrate as a normal human interaction. If you ask scriptural, it is not scriptural. And it is not that because it's not scriptural, we should not celebrate. Well, we do so many things which are not scriptural. So it is a good thing. Some bond is there between family. So then you can celebrate like that. With understanding it's not scriptural, it is bonding festival.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So I don't find any more questions.
Okay.
Yeah, hand raise is there, Prabhuji. Ajay Kumar, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dharat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, Prabhupada used to write in his books that our remembrance to Krishna should be favorable, not like the Kansa or Hiranyakasipu who used to hate and remember Krishna always.
Yeah, so?
But at our level, we stand nowhere. Neither we remember him in favorably or unfavorably. Then how to develop that remembrance?
Well, we remember favorably, for some time. However, we don't remember him unfavorably. Either we neutral or favorable. Sometimes we are unfavorable to ourselves, not to Krishna. We harm ourselves, but okay, we can't remember Krishna always. But whenever we remember favorably. Devotees at least. That's all. We can't remember him favorably 24 hours. That's the whole point. So you don't want to kill him, no?
No.
So then what unfavorable you are thinking about him? You're thinking unfavorable about yourself. We are always thinking, okay, I will do this sin, I will do this sin, I will do this sin. That is, we are harming ourselves, but we are not trying to harm Krishna, no? So that's
Yes.
okay.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, do you have more time? There are 2 more questions in the chat.
Okay, wait kar lega. Yeah, we have.
Okay, so Ram Vijaya Prabhuji, he has come again with his question. So his question is, if Grihastha devotees want to serve the Lord together, that is both husband and wife, in Lord's abode, after ending this material body, how can they do this? after the material body ends, how husband and wife will serve the Lord in the Lord's abode? That's his question.
Come on. What is this question? Husband, wife, they will be separated. They will be somewhere else. You are not husband, wife eternally, no? In spiritual world, you will be go as husband, wife. That is like, what is his philosophy? It's not a good philosophy. Husband, wife is bodily relationship, nothing to do with spiritual.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So next we'll go to Divya Gaurang Mataji's question. Is there pastime Draupadi ji tied piece of her sari on Krishna's finger that was bleeding as her brother, and Krishna protected Draupadi by providing saris after gambling match? So Mataji is asking that Draupadi has tied a piece of sari in Krishna's finger while he was bleeding, and that's why Raksha Bandhan started. So,
No, that is no, that is not right. It's not scriptural. It's nonsense. It is nothing to do. It's not true.
No, that's what Prabhuji is saying. She's asking. Okay.
You might have seen in some serial. It's not in Mahabharata.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for clearing that. I did have that question also in my mind. Thank you, Mataji, for asking that. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
So I don't find any more hand raise or questions in the chat, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So with the question, we can end the call here. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for coming
Hare
on the call
Krishna.
and giving us your association, and very nice session. We want your association in future also. So devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatripasya
Vancha
Kripa Sindhu
kalpatarupescha
Bheva
kripa
Patani
Vaishnaveyo
Namo
Vaishnaveyo Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna, wonderful class, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Nityananda.
Hare
Radhe
Krishna,
Radhe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Radhe
Hare, Hare
Radhe.
Ram, Ram Ram.